So 1.19 is already out and you're already wanting to put some mods with it. Well, we've got some news for you. 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼 is super fast at supporting new versions of Minecraft, so here's a collection of 1.19 base mods. These are all for 𝓵𝓷𝓷 and a lot of these are betas, meaning you're going to have to go to the file section of 𝓵𝓱𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼 in order to find them, and these were all tested in 1.18.2 for this video. So the first mod of note here that you probably would have noticed immediately by me loading up this world in the first place is a mod known as Starter Kit. Now the basic idea behind this is it adds a configurable file that allows you to set like a certain amount of items that everyone will start with whenever they load into your world. As you can see, by default you'll start with leather boots, a shield, a wooden sword, and 9 pieces of bread, just making it so the general survival practice of that server is just a little bit easier. As for example, let's say spawns pretty much decimated tree-wise, or you have to go exploring for a little bit, you at least have some bits and pieces that allow you to at least survive throughout the nighttime atmosphere, as well as to deal with your hunger issue. The files to this mod is actually completely configurable, and you'll be able to change the starter items to whatever you please, essentially. You can manage to make it so they can start off with like a full set of armor, let's say absolutely nothing at all, maybe just a touch of food, just a bit of a sword, or just like you can choose what they start off with. It's highly configurable and you can pretty much just pick whatever you are. Oh, and just a bit of a side note, some of these mods in here I've had experience with before, and other ones I'm going in completely blind, because I feel like that makes it a more honest video, that I'm not trying to pretend to be someone who knows a lot about these mods. You're just going to be running through what I know, and then you're going to watch me grow to understand these, which will hopefully help you understand these mods yourself, because you're watching someone else figure them out as well. So now that we got this first one out of the way, let's move on to the next actual mod. Now the next one that I want to look through is the villager hat. This is a very simple one, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you access to the little hats that villagers use. So you ever wanted to, let's say, I don't know, you wanted to look like a librarian, you can now put a book on top of your head. It looks dumb, I get it, but you can do it. It's completely within your options. Let's go to survival mode. Get that out. Let's put on a shepherd's hat. Looks a bit odd, fair enough. Put on the armor hat, now you get little glasses on. Take this one off. You put on the butcher hat, and now you've got a little bit of a strap going around your head, a little bit of a headband. It's actually not too bad for that one. And you're now moving it away. You can now put on the fisherman's hat, which does look a little bit weird on my skin, mainly because like my eyes are in the very lower end of the actual head itself, so it does look a bit odd. But depending on your Minecraft skin, it might not. The Fletcher one's a bit weird because of how it interacts with the 3D features of my skin, which is basically just the second layer of the skins that sometimes doesn't work too well with certain armors and stuff along those lines. And then moving on to the last hat of choice here, we have the farmer hat, the big wide brim hat that just looks honestly really nice. Like, you just got a massive wide brim hat that you can now walk around with. These do not provide any form of armor benefits, and I don't know the recipes, and I made the mistake of not having too many items on, so whoopsies. But the other little quirk about these, mobs will also spawn with these hats, so you'll be able to get them that way. But I do know that from at least a descriptor of the mod, like, mobs can spawn, like zombies can spawn with it and drop the hats they spawn with. And now that I've accidentally spoiled the next mod, let's move into our next mod of choice here, the physics mod. As you can see here, instead of just poofing up and disappearing, he just drops dead. His body heals over and he falls to his death. Look at him go, he's dead now. It's now just a body that you can now push around and do who knows what's with until it actually disappears. And he falls over. Now you would have also seen the other little thing to do this with one. If you break blocks, it gives like some very weird particle effects. This is definitely high intensity for your computer, but one of the beautiful parts about this, if we actually go in here, we got the physics section settings option here. So let's go in here. We got general settings here, and pretty much if you want to be able to make it so your computer can handle this for more, you can decrease the amount of max objects that are in there. Let's say we say only about like 250 about. Then you can go back, and then you want to go to block settings, and if you want to make the actual size of them to be bigger or smaller, you can just decrease it. So as we can see, we decrease it there, and look at that, the particles are now so much smaller. It doesn't look realistic whatsoever now, but it's so much smaller that it's not going to be like absolutely destroying on your gameplay because it just crowds up your screen. but it makes it so that you're able to customize it, not just to be able to have it so that it doesn't tank your computer as hard. Like this time around with this settings that I've just put in now, my computer handles it so much better than what it was beforehand. But another thing that you probably would have already noticed is that whenever you break, let's say, the bottom end of a block here, it will immediately lead up to break the rest of the tree. In more of a bigger thing, let's dig down for a little bit here, and then let's just break this block in particular. It goes all the way up, which does lead to a bit of a weird issue where you have a bunch of particles fall onto you, but as you can see, it broke the entire line. We do it again, we break more lines, and we just keep going, and then we can have a big open area which is slowly breaking as it goes up, and you get all the items from it. Now the next mod of choice is Friends and Foes. If you've known all of those beautiful mobs that have failed to be voted in via the mob votes, this mod actually adds in a good chunk of them. I can't remember if it's all of them or just a few of them. I have to actually go searching through the spawn eggs in order to find them, so... Oh, they're at the end here. So we add in the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, and the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼. So this is probably like the past 2 years of mob votes, so the last year's and then the one beforehand. So it adds in the good old 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, which if I remember correctly from the pictures on the mod page, he actually will degrade over time, which is a pretty awesome feature. You've of course got the little 𝓵𝓲𝓷 boy here, which is interesting enough. Like, I would say that it's pretty interesting enough. We've also got the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, which is that villager that we didn't really get to see in the game. So let's say we get, I would say, a villager here. We put him down. As you can see, he will start producing some ice magic and just kill the villager. Then of course we've got the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, which this isn't the skin variant of the 𝓵𝓲𝓷 that we do see in the game files of Minecraft. This is slightly more customized as well as fully functioning with all the with his abilities of being able to shoot. But then you've also got the 𝓵𝓲𝓷, which... What in the world? I forget what mob vote this one's from. Does he kill you? Yes, he does. He goes after you just like... But of course, everybody's favorite from this one will be the Moonbloom. Good old new guy here. Next, we have Tom's Simple Storage mod. Now, this is... Well, it says it's a simple storage mod. As you can see already from what you see in this little collection here, it's not completely simple to per se. This is gonna take a little bit to figure out though. Like, this is one of those mods that I haven't gotten a chance to really toy around with myself. Okay, figured it out. Yeah, sorry, that took a hot moment. It's very... Okay, so you need your inventory connector here, and then you grab your inventory trims over here, then you grab... What is it? So touching inventories, connect inventories with your inventory connector. Do we have an inventory in here? Inventory proxy. We put that there and put that there. If we do that... 0 free slots? What about that? 1 free slot. If we put a storage terminal on top here, and we put an item in there, it's going to be spat out over here. I don't know. I'm not too sure on this one on how it properly functions, but the basic idea, it's meant to be a nice functional storage network. Maybe I'm on the right track here, but it's a little bit more difficult to figure out, and that's probably going to be an experience you'll see yourself, that it'll be a touch more difficult to figure this one out in comparison to some of the other mods in this video. But on the note of expanded storage, we've got the expanded storage mod. As you can see here, not only does it do those awesome little expansion chests, it also does like barrels and then some other type of chests, which has been added new. This is new in comparison to when the last time I looked at this mod. Oh, so it pretty much adds in these little chest things which can be considered little presents, which you can store an item in for someone to come and go, oh, present, and grab that item. That's actually pretty neat. It's a very useless item other than just being a cool needity, but I mean, that's fine. Single page screen, as you can see, gold barrels are bigger than a normal barrels. We got the iron barrel, which is just slightly bigger. Like, we go in order, we got the diamond barrel here, which is even bigger. We got an obsidian barrel here, which almost looks quite like a normal barrel with a nice purple lining, so that might work really well inside of your little barn builds and all that, to have like a crap ton of storage just hidden inside of the design of a build. And then you've got the netherite barrel, which again, it's very similar to the OG barrel design with a slightly different color differentiation. And then of course the actual little chest itself. Again, follows the same little mantra as the barrels, where each variation is bigger, but this time around you can do chest molds in that way, or you can even do chest molds in that really long way. Or if you really want to conserve space, you can have a chest on top of another chest, and then it can be one big chest. And then furthermore into the storage lane, we've also got simple backpack that's also pretty much ready to go on 1.19. It's got the backpack, the void pack, and the ender pack. It's also got simple bundle, which adds in 3,456 items, and then the void bundle, which just garbages stuff, which is like, this is where you put the stuff that you want to destroy, which you just will hold sneak and right click to destroy the contents of it, which if we get an actual ender chest over here, boom, we get an ender chest in here, we put in, let's say, a void bundle and use our ender pack. As you can see, the void bundles over here now. We've got the void pack here, which is again a warning, items will be lost. This is telling you that you put items in here, they will be deleted. For example, we put the ender chest here, we leave, and we come back, the ender chest is now gone. And then you've also got a simple backpack here, which place in offhand and then right click to open, which is just like a double chest worth of inventory space just in a one single slot in your inventory. Can't put shulker boxes inside of this. In fact, the mod straight up refuses you to pick up a shulker box when you're looking at a backpack. And let's say if we go into a shulker box, you can't put a backpack into a shulker box either. So the next mod of choice is mill glass. Now this mod just adds in a bunch of new glass variations. So you know how you've got all your stained glass variations as well as normal glass. This simply just adds in the ability to have the slabs and staircases of all those variants of glass. It just gives you all the glass variations in this style. Like you've got all your stained glass, you got your normal glass, your tinted glass, everything in both a slab and a staircase format. That just gives you so many more building options. Next mod of choice that we have on my little list over here of collection of mods that have also been installed. Let's head over to a tree here with our little axe. We've got a mod known as tree felling. Now there are two variations of what you have here. If you don't hold shift, you'll just take out the entire tree in one foul swoop. Oh no, it's the mode of the mod. If you have the mod menu, you'd be able to change the mode of the mod. Oh my god, I'm so much of an idiot. No, it's not where you have to press shift down. You can swap it so that instead of it just destroy the entire tree, it will just shift the block down one by one, making it so it feels less cheaty. Overall, if you feel like you're being a bit too cheaty, you can just hold shift and it won't do it. So next we have is a form of teleportation device. I don't know, I'm just a little bit long. So anyway, we've got our little tablet over here, He Who Remains. It requires a lot to run through it, so yeah, you can change the colors of it. Let's go blue for the video. You can run a progression, you can select a location. This is going to be our new location. We're going to add it as T. We're going to add the location. Anyhow, we're going to go over here to the little mountains over here. Actually no, we'll go to our little igloo over here. This will be a good one. We come over here, we put it open, we run the program, we add a new location, and we're going to call it B. I don't know why we didn't call it A to B. But anyway, run the program, select T. We're going to teleport to that location. As we go through the portal here, now we're back over here. As you can see, the portal comes and then it disappears. It's a very interesting tool. Some people will probably not agree with that type of thing, and that's completely fine. Just ignore the mod. But that is my collection of 10 awesome mods that have already made the jump over to 1.19. As I said, this is recorded like a day before the update comes out. All of these mods support one of the pre-releases, or the snapshots, or even a release candidate of 1.19, because 𝓵𝓷 is very fast with updating things. You could probably guess that a majority of these mods, which will be quickly ported over to 1.19 full whenever that comes out. Either way, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button down below, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. There'll be more mod list videos on 1.19 throughout the week, so click this one on the end screen now, and bye bye!